Hi guys, this will be part 2 of chapter 8. Okay, and I'm uploading part 1 right now as we speak, and then I'll upload this one tomorrow. Okay, probably around noonish or so. When we traveled, we went to a lot of different Indian reservations to document how bad the Indians were being treated all over California and Arizona. I even think it was Oregon and Washington too. One reservation I remember so vividly, and it brings tears to my eyes every time I think of it. It was in Arizona, and there was this tiny plot of land about the size of maybe like 100 feet by 40 feet. It could have even been smaller than that. It was all dirt, sitting next to a small flowing river. There were cliffs on all sides and a few small trees. White men would stand on, I can't read my writing. On top. Okay. White men would stand on top of the cliffs guarding the Indians with rifles, as they were not allowed to fish in the river. But also, they were not allowed to go into town to work or shop at any of the grocery stores. They couldn't grow any food on the land, as it was sandy dirt and it wouldn't sustain fruit or vegetables. If the white men would catch them fishing, they would be shot and killed and just left there for the other Indians to deal with. It was horrific, to say the least. And I felt so very bad for them. There were women and children there as well, and I don't know how they survived like that. They slept in teepees side by side, as there wasn't much space at all to spread out like they normally would do for privacy. Let me stop right here, and I'm gonna show you a rough drawing, really rough, to just give you a little visual. Can you see that? So this was the river. This was the little teepees. They were closer together than that though. And here was the cliffs on each side of the river. And these were the men standing there with rifles. They were surrounded, and this kept going off the page too. So I remember like about 10 men, standing there with rifles all the time. And if they caught them fishing, they would be shot and killed. And that was legal back then. It's like ridiculous. Like beyond ridiculous. On our TV show, The Roving Kind, it exposed these dirty deeds. And after arriving on TV, the laws were changed so they could fish at least. So I'm happy for that. I'm not sure if they could go to the store or probably not work, but I don't even think they could go to the store, but at least they could fish. And it was a tribe of people that they needed to feed. I mean, everybody needed to eat something. I seriously don't know how they survived. I really don't. My mom got pregnant and had my baby sister April 26, 1966. I loved her so much. I hated Barbie dolls and preferred to be a tomboy playing with trucks and army men around the tree and the dirt, like with my brother. I loved caring for my sister though, and loved dressing her up. LOL. Because she was easier to dress. You could bend her arms, but the Barbies back in 1966, they were stiff, They were very hard to dress, and it wasn't fun for me. I didn't think it was fun. I started wearing my mom's maternity tops as a dress and would take my sister in a stroller on walks around the neighborhood while I pretended I was her mother, trying to walk like a grown-up. You know, I remember like walking, like trying to look like I was grown up. But here I was, 8 years old. Don't think I ever fooled anyone when I was 8 years old. LOL. My parents went to the bar often, and I would babysit until late at night, even on a school night. But I loved it when they were gone. I absolutely loved it. Like, I felt like I could kind of relax a little bit, but then I knew they'd be home probably around 12 or 1, and I didn't know if I would get a beating. So I just don't know. But it was nice the few hours they were gone. And then, okay, her name was Bambi. And I even told my mom, you know, don't name her Bambi, because later in life, I even knew when I was 8 years old that wasn't a good idea. Like later in life, she's going to want to change her name. Like, no adult wants to be called Bambi. Anyway, I tried and tried, but anyway, she named her Bambi. And I loved her so much, so I started doing these little drawings of the Bambi deer. It was the same year that Bambi came out, the Disney movie. So this is really light because it's been jostled around. It looks like coffee's been spilled on it and everything. But there's Thumper, and there's Bambi with the butterfly on his tail. So anyway, not too bad for an 8-year-old, right? And so I have another one. This is a little better. Yeah, I like this way better. I think this was the second time I tried to draw it, but stuff has gotten on it, and you know, I don't spilled on it and everything. But anyway, so there's that, and then there's another one. So there's the other Bambi that I drew, the butterfly. And it's so funny that I have a butterfly on my tattooed on my arm now. But anyway, I felt like that was pretty good for an 8-year-old. But anyway, okay, so where are we at? I just said I loved her so much. Oh yeah, I hated Barbie dolls. Oh yeah, I already read that to you. I didn't even mind washing her dirty cloth diapers in the toilet with no gloves. They didn't make, you know, like plastic gloves back then. So that was gross now that I think about it. Right? Like scrubbing poopy diapers out in the toilet water. That's disgusting. But I didn't mind doing it because I didn't mind changing her diapers. I didn't mind any of it because I loved her so much. I started wearing my mom's maternity tops. Oh, I already read this, right? In the neighborhood. Okay, yeah. I think I already read this where I walked around and tried to act like a grown-up. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, so now this starts with my cat, the funny cat story. I got a Siamese cat before my sister was born. Her name was Smokey. She slept with me every night, and I loved her so much. I had asthma, so that wasn't a good idea, but I didn't know I was allergic to her, especially being an indoor-outdoor cat. I can handle the cats better if they're just inside and they don't get the dander, dirt in their coat. I guess that's what you're actually really allergic to. You're not really allergic to the cat itself. So I've had cats most of my life. And as long as they were inside, I was good with them. Of course, now I have the 2 kittens, and they're indoor, outdoor, but so far so good. I never could breathe very good, and especially with 2 smokers in the house and a cat and everything. She had a boyfriend that was also Siamese, and he would come in the doggy door to visit her every day. He would hang out for, 15, 20 minutes, then he'd leave. She also had a black boyfriend, but he never came inside the house. He would just meow outside until she came outside herself. She ended up getting pregnant and had 2 Siamese kittens and 2 black kittens. When her Siamese boyfriend would come over, somehow she knew, and she would drag the 2 black kittens under the bed, under my bed, but then would fluff up my pillow, pretty as could be, fluff up my pillow and put the 2 Siamese kittens right in the center. Like a little bird's nest or something. Then her boyfriend would come visit his kittens. This is all while the black kittens under my bed were crying loudly. But they both pretended they weren't even there under my bed. And obviously kittens crying, they were under my bed. But they just acted like they weren't there. It was the weirdest thing. And this happened every day. This was so funny, and she did it daily. Okay, so that is the end. I forgot to show you these pictures of my mom. Well, this was on one of the reservations, and they dressed her up in authentic, Indian wear. And so that's my mom. I think that was, I'm not really sure. It has to be really close, around 1965 or 1967. So they honored her for us doing the documentary to try to help the tribes. So that's cool and interesting. And this is I think my sister was maybe, 4 or 5 months old, something like that. And this is my mom. So this was 1966, probably going on 1967 or something like that. But anyway, and my mom, if you watch the previous chapters, the time that we got in a car wreck and we flipped end over end and rolled a few times, and it was horrible. The little Volkswagen bus ended up on its top, so we were upside down. But anyway, what I'm trying to get at is that she got cut ear to ear, like her head split completely open. And ever since then, white hair would grow back in it. So why, I don't know. But the white hair would grow back in, so she always dyed it black. Her hair was my color. It was like brown. But after that, she dyed it black. And then, that was the popular, thing to do back then, is have it jet black like Elvis Presley and, a few other people. And like Cher, she had totally black hair. So it was a very popular color for dyeing hair. So her hair was dyed. I don't remember it being that short, but I guess it was, because I always normally remember her with her hair down a little longer. But anyway, and wasn't my sister cute? She did look like a little deer. Look at those big brown eyes. She looked like a Bambi, I guess. But later on in life, she legally changed her name to Ashley. And I told my mom this was going to happen. She's not going to like that name when she gets older. And then there was a stripper named Bambi, and that didn't help at all when she was in high school and she'd get teased about the stripper and, oh, you're the stripper Bambi, and, you know, stupid stuff like that. But anyway. Okay, guys, well, I hope you have a good one, and I hope you tune in to chapter 9. I haven't even started writing it yet, but I will start writing it next weekend. Hopefully, I'll get one uploaded next weekend, chapter 9. All right. Okay, guys, have a good one, and I hope you're enjoying the series. Okay, and let me know if you are. And please give me a thumbs up and a sub and a comment, or even if you just drop an emoji, it would really help my channel. All right? Okay, have a great one. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.